Have you ever wondered what would happen if your car was stolen? Or if you were unable to bring in an income due to illness or injury? Insurance is the answer to many of these concerns. But it's not just about getting the cheapest deal. It's about understanding what you need and ensuring that you've got the right coverage for the price you pay. And yes, okay, I know it sounds a bit like a boring topic, right? I get it. But here's the thing, it's way less boring when you're not stuck with a huge bill, a huge unexpected bill, just because you didn't have the foresight to put the right coverage in place. But here's a quick spoiler alert, it's not all about car crashes and hospital visits. Insurance is something that many people put off or don't fully understand, but it's an essential part of protecting you from financial shocks, massive money shocks. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that some of these events, these shock events, could literally wipe you out. Imagine if you're doing all the right things, you're saving, you're investing, all of that sort of stuff, and then something crazy happens that is completely unexpected, and suddenly you have to shell out a hell of a lot of money to just fix the problem, just get back to normal. All of that saving, all of that investing, gone out the window. Why would you do that to yourself? This is where insurance is important. Whether it's protecting your health, your home, your income, insurance can be the difference between a small financial setback or a huge one and peace of mind. In this video, I'll show you why insurance is actually a lifesaver and a wallet saver and how to pick the right kind for you. Let's dive into why insurance isn't just the things that adults do. It's something you should be doing too. But by the way, if you're actually a kid watching this, then don't just grab your parents' credit card and go and buy some random insurance. Go play football or read or something. Go. Okay, let's get serious for a minute. Insurance is the financial equivalent of having an umbrella when it rains. Sure, you might not use it every day, but when it pours, you'll be bloody glad you have one. And here's why. Life can be unpredictable. We all know that, right? Insurance can protect your assets. Imagine your house gets flooded. We don't need that kind of drama in our lives, right? Or your car is stolen while you're out shopping for new shoes or something. Without insurance, you're left with the full financial burden of getting things back to normal, like they were before your house got flooded or your car got stolen. If you had insurance, you wouldn't be left with that full financial burden, which is a bit like going out to a restaurant with your friends and being the only one at the end who has an empty wallet. Not fun, right? Insurance also gives you peace of mind. The last thing you want to be doing is lying awake at night, wondering what would happen, how you would cope if life threw you a curveball. Insurance helps you sleep better, have peace of mind, knowing that you're prepared and covered for the unexpected. And then of course there's the legal bit. Some insurances like car insurance are mandatory because no one wants to deal with fines or go into some legal disputes just for something that could so easily be avoided. Without insurance, it's like driving a car without a seatbelt. Sure, you can do it, but you sure as hell shouldn't do it. It's risky and the consequences, well, could be expensive. Very, very expensive. Now let's talk about the types of insurances you might need. And no, I'm not going to throw a bunch of insurance jargon at you. Let's make it simple. Health insurance. Imagine having to pay for an emergency room visit out of pocket. It's the equivalent of buying a private island from your savings, or at least it might feel like it to you. Health insurance helps cover those massive costs and keeps you from going broke when life gets, well, a little too real. And sure, some of you might say, where I live, you might get emergency care for free. Okay, that's great. What if you wanted a second opinion or just simply wanted to get seen to faster? What if we're talking about here wasn't an absolute emergency, but you had to wait months for some treatment or to see a specialist? You could wait, of course, or you could take advantage of this and get seen quicker. It's always a choice, but I'd rather have the choice than not. Car insurance. In most places, if you own a car, you must have this. You don't want to be that person that drives without coverage, risking everything and worrying constantly that they might drive into the back of someone by accident. It's a lot less stressful knowing you've got your car and yourself covered, even when you're dodging that rogue shopping trolley in the car park. Then there's home insurance. Whether you own a property outright, through a mortgage, or you rent, home insurance is there to make sure you're not left high and dry if something bad happens. Fire, floods, theft, or a meteor strike. Okay, so maybe not that last one, but you get my point. This coverage makes sure your home is protected and everything in it. Then there's the one not many people like to talk about, and that's life insurance. Life insurance is like giving your family a big financial hug when you're no longer around. It's there to cover your funeral costs, debts like a mortgage, loans, or credit cards, and to help your family maintain their lifestyle. If you have dependents like kids or a partner, then this is the insurance that makes sure that they're not left in turmoil, financial turmoil, when you're no longer there to support them. And you don't have to be the sole breadwinner, the sole money earner in the family to consider this. Just consider, does your income play a role in maintaining the lifestyle and the debts that you've taken on? And does it maintain that lifestyle for your family? If the answer is yes, then life insurance is definitely one I'd consider getting as soon as possible. Then there's income protection insurance, the ultimate backup plan. If you get sick or injured or can't work, then this type of insurance replaces a portion, if not all, of your income. Because let's face it, just because you're sick or ill or injured or whatever, the bills don't stop coming. I kind of think of income protection insurance like life insurance, but while you're alive. And then there's travel insurance for those of us who love a good holiday or a bad holiday. Although, can you really love a holiday gone wrong? Lost luggage, cancelled flights, or a sudden illness on a holiday. Travel insurance has got you covered. You can travel with peace of mind knowing that you've not got massive costs to take on if something goes wrong while you're out enjoying the sights. Each of these insurance types serves a unique purpose. But the most important thing is making sure you're choosing what's right for your life. And no, I'm not saying you need to get every type of insurance out there, though that is a choice in itself. But there will be some in that list that everyone in your life will recommend that you have, from a reputable insurer, of course. Some people will prefer some of these, others will prefer others, and some will have all of them. Again, you've got to choose what's right for your life. If there's one message I want you to take away from this video, it's that insurance is definitely worth considering. That leads us nicely on to how to choose the right insurance for you. Now that you know that insurance is important and the types that you might need, how do you go about choosing the right one? Okay, let's break it down. Number one, assess your risks. Take a moment to think about what is most important to protect. Are you a car owner? Then car insurance is a must. Do you have a family? Then life insurance might be top of that pile. Assess what's relevant to your situation, your life circumstances, and then go from there. Number two, understand the terms. Insurance policies can come with a lot of small print, and they inevitably do. But here's the deal, don't just skim the terms because you think you can't be bothered. If you're bothered enough to buy the policy, then you should be bothered enough to read its terms. Read them carefully to know exactly what's covered, what's excluded, and any limits that might apply. It'll save you from unpleasant surprises later, particularly if you have to claim. Remember, you're buying an insurance policy for a reason. You hope you never have to claim, but if you do, it's there to protect you. So you want to make sure the things you want protection from are included. Number three, compare policies. Not all insurance companies and policies are created equal. Premiums, coverage, limits of cover, customer service, it's all matters. So make sure you do your homework. Compare different providers and plans to make sure you find the one that best fits your needs. Ask people you know, who do they insure with, what do they insure for, and have they had an experience of claiming, and what was that claiming process like? I don't really care what the buying process of a policy is like. It's in the insurance company's interests to make that process of buying a policy as easy as possible. I mean, it should never be super difficult, but I'm not looking for gems in this space. I'm looking for gems in terms of coverage, premiums, customer service, that sort of thing. I am particularly looking for those who make the claiming process as simple as possible and those that play fair. Number four, don't over-insure and don't under-insure. You don't want to spend your entire paycheck, all of your income, on unnecessary coverage. But you also don't want to be left high and dry if things go wrong. Aim for a happy middle ground that protects your key assets without draining your finances. I remember getting my first home insurance policy, and at the time I didn't know a huge amount about insurance, but I bought the policy anyway. After about a year, when it came time to renew my home insurance policy, I looked again at the amount of contents I was insuring for. It turned out over the last 12 months, I'd insured for £50,000 worth of contents. I had nowhere near that amount. All of the stuff in our home wasn't worth anywhere near that amount, so I was way over-insured for contents. I didn't make that mistake again. And number five, review regularly. Life changes, and therefore so do your insurance needs. Make sure you're reviewing your coverage every so often, especially after big life changes like moving home, buying a house, or starting a family. Now I know insurance might sound like a hassle, and I get it, I really do, but it's really just a way of protecting what matters most to you. It's all about balancing your needs with the right coverage to ensure you're not left in the lurch when life throws you a curveball. And the good news, it's way easier than it seems once you understand the basics. If this video helped you understand insurance that little bit better, be sure to hit the like button below and share this video with your friends. You never know how this simple gesture of sharing it on your socials could help someone. And of course, if you want to continue your own money basics journey, then this is the video you need to watch next.